Dreamcatcher Radio is about capturing and creating dreams through music, chat, and debate. Empowering expression, enriching society. A go-to place for unsigned musical talent. A radio station which listens to its audience. Free speech, vibrant, engaging. Stream worldwide 24/7. Events, competitions, promotions. Always keen to have a listening ear. Contact us. hello@dreamcatcherradio.com.
Dreamcatcher Radio.
So, good afternoon. We're here today with, in all honesty, right, I do see them as celebrities, and they definitely would not agree with me, or they may will. I don't know, not too sure. Here on Dreamcatcher Radio, someone that I've known for a number of years now, and Steve Little's known even longer. The one thing that's really important about this interview, and I've managed to convince them to come on with handcuffs, is to talk about their journey. And they're from an older generation. I know they won't be offended by me saying that in terms of their careers and stuff like that. And I'm just so proud of them. And, they've also been part of my journey as well. Whilst we're going to talk about how they started in terms of becoming a duet, and they're doing it, and they're very busy ladies and becoming very, very close friends. It's also like pretty much you could say that it's the journey of Steve and mine, because we all kind of met at the same sort of time, roughly. So anyway, I will stop talking and let's just have a chat about Dionne and Sam, the Harmonies, and Steve Little's here. Steve, Dionne, and Sam, say hello.
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 All right, everyone.
All right, love.
All right, love.
Right. So let's just talk about our journey together. And from memory, this is, if I'm right, Sam, quote me if I'm wrong. You introduced me to Steve when we were looking at doing Rock the Mic. That's correct, isn't it?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. And so I think I got, from memory again, I thought I actually met him, but I met some other radio presenters. But we did it over the phone. I think I was walking down the high street during Steve's interview, wasn't it, Helen?
Yeah, sorry, cool. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And so, Steve, how did you meet Sam? And
Well, it was when I was doing my radio show at a radio station, I used to flick through TikTok and just check out, different singers. And the ones that really interested me would be the ones that I'd like, oh, yeah, I think I get in touch with them. And I can't even remember what day it was. It was just flicking through.
It was a Saturday.
Was it a Saturday? Flipping
It was a
how do
Saturday.
you remember it's a Saturday?
Because I remember I was in Blackpool and I was busking outside Blackpool Church on the Saturday.
Yeah,
Samantha remembers every date, every single date, honestly.
Memory like an elephant.
Well, do you know what was really weird? Because, I mean, under normal circumstances, I'd flick through and not listen. And what happened was I think you were Bring Him Home, I think is what you were singing. And obviously that captured my imagination straight away. And you got my attention. And you finished singing that, and I'll never forget it. Somebody handed you, I hope we get royalties for this, by the way, a Greg sausage roll. And I'll never forget it because I found it hilarious that you'd been singing. And I'm thinking, oh. And then you started singing again. I thought, I've definitely got to get in touch with, this person. And I fired you a message and said, I'd really love to have an interview with you. And you were like, yeah, okay, let's go for it. And the rest, as you say, is history.
History. We did the interview the following day, as I recall. Because I did it from the Airbnb in Blackpool.
Oh, right. Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, sat inside the Airbnb in Blackpool and we did it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I've got to say, I mean, you were very professional, but you were also a little bit timid as well. I've got to say, and
Yes.
I'm saying that in a kind way. Do you know what I mean? And I think
Not
it's
anymore. I'm not,
I
Steve.
know. No, well, the thing is, isn't it? It's like it's very random, isn't it? That this guy goes, "I'd really like to interview you." Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. I've heard that before. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But it was
Yeah.
genuine, and I think once you realised it was genuine, you sort of relaxed a bit, and we had a really good conversation. And we played. Um, what was the track that you
Proud.
released?
It was
Proud. That was it.
proud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And you told me the story about that, and we actually we played that on that radio station.
We
And it
did.
got a massive, massive following because of it. It was incredible.
It was
And
good.
then other presenters started playing it, and they were pushing it as well. It was really good.
Oh, you've been an absolute diamond, Steve. Honestly, from the moment that I first came across you on that busking session in Blackpool
Yeah,
to now, we've become such good friends,
but
and
it's weird though, isn't it? Because you just know when you meet somebody and you're talking to them, you just know.
yes,
I can relate to this person. I really like them, and it's like an instant friend trust, isn't it? It's brilliant. Oh,
it is, and we've got that, haven't we, my love?
yeah, we have.
We've got
So
that.
on that point, like we've just talked about how this relationship started between us all, and it's an interesting one. The we're gonna go through some of your own music. Do you want to introduce your first song?
So, Dion, do you think we should introduce the song that brought us together as the Harmonies, or should we leave that one for a little while?
Let's leave that until we've discussed how we've met.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So, I think the one song that really defines myself and Dion and our story of friendship is "For Good," which is taken from the West End musical Wicked. And every word of this song, when Dion and I first heard it, we just clicked with it instantly, didn't we, Dee?
We did, yeah, yeah. Well, it was myself who brought it to you, wasn't it? Because you'd not
It
heard it
was. I'd
before.
never heard it.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I'd recently been to see Wicked, and I just said we need to sing this song, and Samantha was like, "Well, what is it?" And so I sent it to her, and I said, "Just listen to the words. Listen to the words." I said, "It's literally our story and what it
Mm.
means to us, and it's just a very powerful song as well about two. Because obviously on Wicked, it's about two girls, and and I think that it just resembles us as well." So yes, this is a song called "For Good" from Wicked.
Help us most to grow
do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for
Okay, that was For Good from Wicked. Fantastic, ladies. Now, before we talk about other stuff, because we're talking about your journey to where you are now, and I think this is really important because what I want people to learn is that you can do it. Because Dion, you quit your job to do this, and that was a big change for you, and you found that quite difficult. We'll talk about that later. Um, is that in terms of empowering people and stuff like that, which is what I'm a strong believer with on Dreamcatcher Radio, the and you're achieving goals that I think you kind of believed that you never could.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think either of us, and I know Dion will agree with this, I don't think either of us believed that at our stage in life, being mature women, would be making a career of something that we're both so passionate about and getting paid to do what we love. And I know you're the same, aren't you, Dee? For you, this
Yeah,
this is your dream, isn't it? This is like
yeah.
what you've
I've
always dreamt of.
I've always wanted to do it. I mean, I am 50 this month, which is a big milestone. And I never thought I would have people who meet me, I'm quite come across as confident and loud and bubbly. However, my self-esteem has never been the best. I've never really had the belief in myself, and I've always loved singing all my life. Anybody who knows me knows it's always been a dream of mine, and to get to where I am now is just amazing. From a space of a few months to where I am now, and I
I'm so
can't tell.
proud of you, Dion.
Yeah, honestly, Sam, I don't stop smiling. I just genuinely don't stop smiling because
That's
it's
brilliant.
like I'm
Brilliant.
buzzing. I'm buzzing every day. It's like woke up today, I'm thinking, right, I've got today, but tomorrow I'm going to sing in a care home. Wednesday I'm going to sing in a care home, and the feeling I get from that is just the feeling is just unbelievable because music is the last thing that goes in a dementia patient.
Yeah.
And just to see the change, the happiness, the warmth coming from anybody who's got an illness or, or an end at life, the music it brings and the joy it brings is just the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
And I can't, honestly, you can't pay me. You could pay me £1,000 or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And it doesn't I don't care. It's not about the money. Yeah, the money helps pay the bills, but it's about seeing those faces. It's
Yeah.
about spreading that love and making people happy. And that, me singing makes me happy, but also making others happy is the best feeling ever.
And you
Y-
smash it, Dee. You absolutely smash it. I'm so proud of you. I'm
Thank
so
you.
proud of you to see you from, back last year when we first met, and you was just so shy and timid and had no confidence at all. And see you now.
Mm.
I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I love you too, Gorge. And honestly, I think we was meant to be together, me and Sam.
Yeah. Our
We
mums brought
honestly,
us together, didn't they?
yeah, definitely, definitely.
The
The
confidence, I can see that, we don't, sorry for interjecting, but between the two of you as well, the way that you bounce off each other. And then, no, seriously, I'm
No,
quite
I
serious about
know.
this.
We have such good
We
When
do,
banter.
because
when
we
I
love
first
it.
met Sam, she was a bit timid. When I first met you, Dee, you were your nerves really got the better of you, shall
Yeah,
we say? And
yeah.
but you two together, it's so dynamic.
It's
Honestly, there's no stopping you both. It's a
not at
very
all.
powerful, it's a very powerful thing that you've both got together,
It,
and that consequently in your own individual, what's the word I'm looking for? Confidence just grows and grows and grows because
yeah,
wherever you go, even if you're singing on your own, doing different gigs and stuff, you're always together because of that confidence. It's
yeah,
incredible.
yeah. It's funny because we went to a gig a couple of weeks ago, and this guy was talking to me. He was actually an owner of this pub, but he also was a drag queen.
Hmm.
And we were talking to him, and he said, saying, he said, "Oh, you don't sell yourself enough. Do you realise how amazing you two are?"
Mm.
And I said, "We probably don't because we're not really big-headed people, if you know what I mean. So we're not
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
that sell ourselves all the time." And I said, "But even though I come across as this loud, boisterous person, my self-esteem's not the best, but it has grown." But he said, "Well,
Mm.
how can you do that on stage? How can you perform like that?" I said, "I'm in a bubble." I said, "I'm in my safe bubble, and
Mm.
that bubble is the best bubble ever." And I said,
Yeah.
Mm.
I almost become a different person.
Mm.
I said,
Yeah.
you can put me on a stage, and as soon as I get that first note out, I'm a different person.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's just the feeling of people loving what you're doing and
Mm.
having banter with people. It's just amazing. It's
It's knowing you're
complete.
responsible for those people having a fantastic night,
Yeah,
being up dancing, being up singing along with you, and you kind of get a vibe from their vibe. So they're having a fantastic night. So automatically that rubs off on you and you're having a good night. And it's even
Mm.
better knowing that you're the reason why they're having a good night.
yeah, definitely.
Mm.
Okay, let's just go backwards.
Sorry.
the I thought we were going to leave that to a little bit later, but anyway, it doesn't. It's all fine. It's all good because it shows your passion. It really does. The so what I want to talk about is synchronicity in terms of how this situation has got to where we are today. The so you met Steve, and you he wanted to interview and that sort of thing, and I met Dion on TikTok. Dion, do you remember?
Yeah, I do. You'd sent me a message and asked if I would come and join one of your live music nights.
Correct.
Um, to which I was like, "Yeah, I will, but I'm very scared."
Yeah.
Because I'd not really done many lives at that time. I'd only put a couple of videos on, and I think I'd only gone live a couple of times. So I said, "I will, but I am going to be very nervous." But that's when I came and joined one of your lives that night.
Yes. So basically, you joined one of our lives. The reason why I want to share this story is because I want other people to learn from this story. As if you work with the right people, you could achieve things like Sam and Dion achieving, to the point where they're so happy with their position in lives. And it's all about who you associate yourself with. And Dion joined our lives, started singing on our lives on TikTok, and TikTok was a journey for me as well. I wouldn't have imagined from Mumford Sundays I'd be owning a radio station. I assure you that. The and if it wasn't for these three people that we're with now, which is Steve, Dion, and Sam, and they probably don't recognize this, that I wouldn't be in this situation, and I'm loving the journey that I'm on as well. And and then you said to Sam, you should come and join as well. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, because I think we were doing a certain evening. You was trying to get different singers, and I said, "I know a really good one. I'll get Sam to join." And that's when she came and joined one night. And then from then on, we've not sort of left each other, have we?
You've been my
And
little Klingon Colin, haven't you, dear?
I've been the Klingon. I've been the Klingon. So yeah, so
Wouldn't
that's
have you
how.
any other way, love.
Yeah, so
Was she on
that's
the
how.
starboard bow?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. But then
Sorry, couldn't resist.
that's when obviously Sam met you, Bradders, and then obviously the journey moved on from there, didn't it?
And the next journey was you started your own TikTok together, didn't you?
We
I
did.
can't remember what it's called. I can't remember the name of it.
It was Army
Army
of
of Angels.
That's
Angels.
it. Yeah, Army of
So,
Angels. Yeah.
yeah, so we'd not sang together, but we decided to do like a community thing on TikTok just to have a safe space for people to come and sing. Because there's people on the app that maybe not the best singers, but or they are good singers, but they don't have the confidence
Mm.
or they don't know what tools to use, etc.
They
So
haven't
we
got the
decided
equipment.
yeah, equipment, things like that. So we decided to join together, myself and Sam, and then other creators come on there. And those that struggled, we tried to build up the confidence. Those that didn't have equipment, any money we earned on TikTok, we gave straight back to the community. And it just went from there. And it was really, really good and really encouraging. And we gained a lot of followers from that. But we loved it, didn't we? We loved the fact that we were giving back and helping people to grow.
We
So yeah,
We did. We wanted that safe space, didn't we? Where people, unlike, say, for example, a TikTok agency where you're being told that you've got to go live so many hours per month, and that we wanted to create a community of musicians where they could just come along, they could sing if they wanted to, they could just join in the fun, join in the banter, and just feel part of a community of musicians, regardless of how highly talented or not they were. It was for all kind of people to just come in and sing and just have a good time. And we went live for a couple of hours, twice a week. And the say the followers that Dion said, the followers that we gained, are still followers of us now as
yeah.
Harmonies. And it was just a
There was even
fantastic thing to be a
people
part
that
of.
there was even people that came into the live who weren't singers but
Mm,
enjoyed watching people or enjoyed that it was a safe space. I had people come in who didn't really have many people to talk to, and they said they enjoyed coming because it was like a community,
yeah.
and they enjoyed the fact that people were really nice and kind. Because no matter what, with TikTok, it's a great platform, but it can be a very toxic place.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we liked the fact that it was a safe space. We never in like if there was any trolls, they went straight away. If there was any nastiness, but to be honest, it very rarely happened. But we did have a space that people could come in, spend a couple of hours with us, and even just talk and have a good time, and
Yeah.
and that's what we built up, and it was really good.
It was
Really enjoyed it.
fantastic. And I think for some as well, like when Dion and I are on stage and we have our little bubble, for others, Army of Angels was their little bubble where they could
Mm.
just,
Yeah.
kind of it was their escape. They could step away from reality and just join this little bubble and be part of a loving community who really supported each other.
Mm.
And it was fantastic. It really, really was fantastic.
Can I
We
can I
loved.
just can I just say something there? Because I mean it's very easy to say that, oh, we did this and we did that, and people go, oh yeah, we can all say that. But I actually went on your live a couple of times and I witnessed that honestly, where there were people who didn't have that much confidence who still sang because you encouraged them to sing.
Yeah.
There was nobody was like being mean to them. It was like, well done, that was really good, that was a brilliant effort, keep it up.
It
It
was
was
just
very,
completely
very encouraging.
non-judgmental. It was just
Yeah, and you're
non-judgmental and
right. You
supportive.
had one or two idiots that came on that decided that they wanted to, be so judgmental, and they didn't stay. But the whole idea of the platform that you created actually gave that safe space for people to come in and try something, and it was absolutely brilliant. And I can testify that everything you've just said is absolutely true,
It
and it
was
was a
something we
pleasure
were
to
really,
watch.
really, really proud of.
Yeah,
We
Yeah.
were just really proud.
it is true. It was a stepping stone to not only what you're doing now, but
Mm,
as Steve said, I witnessed it as well. And
mm.
I followed your journey. On that point, let's talk about stepping stones. Do you want to introduce your next song?
Absolutely. Go on, Dee. I
Oh,
think, Dion, you should introduce the song that I first heard you sing that actually drew my attention to you when I first contacted you on TikTok back in August last year.
Okay, so a song that I've probably sang for many years as well, just on karaoke, mind you, but it's always been a favourite of mine, which is called At Last. It's a Etta James song, and I just truly love this song. And this is what caught the song when I sang this is what Sam saw and brought it to myself. So take it away with At Last.
At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over. Life is like a song. Ooh, yeah. At last, the skies above are blue. My heart was wrapped up in clover. The night I looked at you, I found a dream that I could speak to, a dream that I can call my own. I found a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill that I have never known. Ooh, you smiled, and then the spell was cast, and here we are in heaven, for you are mine at last.
Thank you for listening to our guest stories this week.
Dream Catcher Radio.
So that was At Last, and what a lovely song. And we're talking about Army of Angels. I think this is really important message about how people should evolve and that sort of thing. Because when you were doing Army of Angels, and like Steve said, we both watched your journey on Army of Angels, where you were helping people and building them up, empowering them to be doing their own thing. I think many of them have gone on to do their own thing on social media. I wouldn't know, I wasn't there all the time, but the important message from my perspective, well, my thinking is that you saw that actually in terms of your personal decisions in life, you felt actually you could do something better for yourselves. Would that be correct?
Yeah, I don't think it was just a case of we wanted to do something better. It was a case that we just wanted to try other avenues, and obviously, I mean, I won't mention obviously we did that the thing in Blackpool, which we can discuss, but because of that, we knew where as Dream wanted to go.
Yeah.
And because of that as well, the attention we sort of got from that and people wanting to book us and, when we started doing things together, it sort of like took us in a different avenue. So it wasn't a case that we didn't want to do it. We were too busy in other avenues, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
Okay, right. Yeah, you probably explained that slightly better. But what I was alluding to is that it through the through doing Army of Angels, which you would never imagined have done before, um, and starting that and engaging with, building your platform, which you have built.
Yeah.
You basically, we then decided to do. We'll get straight into it. Why not? I approached Sam and Dion about doing Rock the Mic, and and that was literally, actually, it's one. When did we meet in Blackpool? Um where did we meet in Blackpool before Rock the Mic?
yeah, was it?
We
Yeah,
did. It
yeah.
was January. It was
Well, I think
mid-January.
yeah, that's it. I knew it was January.
Let me get the chronology in order then. All right. So the I decided to do Rock the Mic, something I've never done before, and an event. And I asked Sam and Dion if they would help me to do Rock the Mic, and they duly did. And it was torture for them, I assure you. We'll talk about that in a minute. But just going backwards slightly, and talking about confidence and that sort of thing. When we was in January in Blackpool, we went to a night out at a can't remember the name of the bar. Jeez, my name.
Mark Kelly's.
Mark Kelly's.
Yeah.
Mark Kelly's on the prom.
They wanted to do karaoke, so we did karaoke together. I'm going to leave it at this, right? They shut the place down. It was, I mean, most remarkable experience that I've ever had. And then when they went on stage, do you want to explain that experience and that sort of stuff? People coming up to you and that
I'll
sort
let you speak. I'll let you go, Sam.
So it was just mental because obviously back in, I think it was end of December, Brad, you'd approached Dion and I
Yes, it was.
to help co-direct Rock the Mic, which was taking place at Viva in Blackpool on 29th of March this year, which was a fantastic event, raised lots and lots of money for combat stress, and it was an honour to be a part of that. And so obviously Dion and I were currently in collusion with regards to Army of Angels. We were now coming into collusion with Rock the Mic as well. And I recall that you actually said to myself and Dion, why don't you guys do a duet? On the night in March, why don't you guys do a duet? And it hadn't even crossed our minds. We hadn't even thought of anything like that. We were so focused on AOA and on the on RTM that things like that hadn't even crossed our minds. And then I just recall Dion coming down from Cheshire to stay with me in South Wales for a couple of nights, and we did trial a song, and I think it just, that realization that wow, how well our voices blended. And then when we met in January, we thought, right, let's try it on karaoke. And I just remember you, Brad, you were so giddy.
I was.
You were so giddy. You were just laughing. You were just
You were
you
telling
actually
everybody
told everybody that we were famous.
professional. You did.
I did.
Get these girls on stage. They're professionals. They're professionals.
Yeah.
They're
And they're
famous. Get
famous.
them on the stage. They're going to be performing at Viva in March. Get them on the stage.
Yeah,
And you're right. We literally did shut the whole bar down.
yeah, I did
We
say to the
literally shut the
DJ,
bar down.
you
So many
you need to
people.
get these people on. Steve, are you there, by the way?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here.
I did say to the DJ, you need to get these people on stage and just listen to them sing. And I'm not joking. You made me proud anyway. But
Oh,
I was in shock. I really was.
it was amazing.
It
So
was.
many
I'm
people.
confused. I'm confused. Why did it close down? Why did it
No,
shut down?
not close. As in, everybody stopped in the tracks to watch us.
Oh, I
There
see.
were
We
there
were
was
getting
Okay, now
people
I'm with.
there was
requesting songs, weren't
yeah,
we?
people were requesting songs. There were people coming over to us table, asking us for things, asking for details if we took bookings. It was just mental. It was mental.
Crazy.
And honestly, and there were people filming us. It would honestly just, and I'm going, what is happening? What is
Yeah,
happening?
yeah. It was really overwhelming, wasn't it,
Yeah, it
Lee?
was because we
Really,
wasn't
really
used to it
overwhelming.
at
I,
No.
all.
I just got the impression it was like, oh, I'm not staying here now. I can't beat that.
No, literally, it was honestly, it just went mental, and
Yeah,
everybody just kept coming up to us and asking us to sing again. And honestly, it was so amazing.
It was. Can you sing this song? Can you sing that song? Can you do this? Can you do that? And we, for about 3.5 hours, we just completely took over the whole bar.
Yeah,
yeah, literally the entire everybody got an entire night free on Sam and Dionne, but they were in their element. They were sweating, they were enjoying it, they were
yeah,
booming, and it was so much fun because genuinely, right, everybody focused on them. They really did. They really did,
Mm.
and I think that was your first experience of having so much attention. Would I be correct?
It
yeah,
was. It
yeah.
really, really was. And, we we wouldn't be together doing what we are doing now were it not for Rock the Mic. And
Absolutely.
I just remember,
Mm.
As I said, Dion came down and she stayed with me, and we tried this song. And I just remember my then 15-year-old daughter was in the room, and we finished, and Dion and I looked at each other with goosebumps to say, what on earth just happened there? And then my daughter was stood in the doorway with her mouth on the floor. So we're both picking up Leanna's jaw off the floor. And literally, we recorded it the following day and put it out for release in February.
Yeah, that's
Is
another.
is sorry, is that the video of the song that you did together?
Yes, yeah,
Yes.
the video where we're in my recording studio at
Yeah,
home,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and we literally just thought let's do it, and I think that was about our third take,
Yeah.
Mm.
and it was released the following month. We released
So
it as a
we just
single.
kept looking at each other, and I'm going, "What's?" Because it's really weird. Because when you're a singer, and obviously you've always been used to your own voice, but then when you sing with somebody, when you match together,
Mm.
it's the most beautiful feeling ever.
Yeah,
And it's bizarre. But even now, we'll just say, "Oh, what about this song? Shall we try this?" And the harmonies will be straight away, and we'll just connect
Mm.
so well. It's untrue, and we'll go, "What's just happened?" we do it every time we learn something new. It's weird, but it's
Yeah.
a
Is that video still
brilliant.
available? The
it
one that
Yeah,
you
is.
yeah,
did?
It's available
yeah,
on YouTube.
Do you know what?
So
Honestly, I mean, I'm very tempted because I remember you sent me that so I could play it, and right at the end, you both look at each other as if to say, I think a bit like Dion's just said, what just happened?
yeah,
yeah,
It's a brilliant video. It's really well put together.
yeah. At the end, we
yeah,
just look at each other and go, "That was good. That was good.
Yeah,
yeah,
That."
but that's right. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because I should have left that. Well, I've still got the recording with that in it, but I should
Yeah.
have left that in. But honestly, it was brilliantly done, and it was brilliantly recorded as well.
It was literally done off the iPhone in a mic stand, and I thought, right, let's try it. And
Incredible, incredible.
obviously we were recording it through a recording system, but I filmed the video of us singing it
Mm,
just through my iPhone, and it was just mental. It's like
yeah.
our third take, and we just looked at each other and went, "Wow!" And then I said to Dion, "Let's just release it.
mm.
Let's release it. Let's
And I
start as
and I
release.
was
Go
like,
on."
"What do you mean?" I'm going,
Yeah.
what do you mean release it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I felt
and
like,
today it's had nearly 50,000 plays
Wow,
over all social media platforms, so it's doing well.
it's doing very well. Well done.
So then, obviously, we was in Blackpool for Rock the Mic, and you truly did. I mean, I was in awe. I was thinking, like, what, what just happened? And it was an amazing experience for me to witness two ladies, which were um very very, well, not, you weren't even like completely timid, but you were a bit and shy, and just to pull that off, it was just unbelievable. Anyway, let's move on from that. Um, just let me just go a little bit in between all that. The When I decided to do Rock the Mic, and I asked Sam um, and Dion to help me with Rock the Mic, we started building up performers, and I gave you some, basically, I said, look, I want people with low followings or and that on TikTok. And then we obviously chose the venue and that sort of stuff, and that was very exciting because I've never done anything like that before. And that was a very, very, very difficult journey. Obviously, we want to be polite about other people, but do you want to talk about that journey to even get to going on stage, or should we just dodge it?
I think it was difficult because, when you're dealing with musicians on TikTok, you don't know them personally. And, Rock the Mic came with a lot of judgment, a lot of people saying it won't work, it won't work. Well, we proved them all wrong on that, and it did. It worked very, very well. But I think dealing with so many different personalities, personalities did clash a lot. And mentally, it was a very exhausting process because we'd literally decided to do this at the end of December. We started the ball rolling at the beginning of January, just after New Year. And the event was at the end of March. So we had literally 12 weeks, under 12 weeks to get this event promoted, marketed, to find our performers. It was a very, very stressful and overwhelming period of time. Something that, I look back on now and feel very, very, very proud of, because from it came some fantastic friendships. Myself and Dionne, myself and you, Brad, yourself and Dionne, Steve. We built some really fantastic friendships through that 12 weeks. And although it was hard, I think we absolutely nailed it and we pulled it off, and we did really bloody well, despite all the clashes of personalities between the different TikTok artists, etc. Different dramas that were going on, which is typical social media, isn't it? But we pulled it off and we did good. We did really, really,
Yeah, we
really
did.
good.
And
It
And
was a
even
brilliant night.
like you
it
say,
was,
even though there were some tough times, it also it made you learn things and understand things more, and
yeah,
you take that on board. I might have made a few mistakes, a few of us might have made a few mistakes, however, it was his first time we did it, but then
yeah,
it's a learning curve, and I think that whatever you do in life, you're still learning. No matter how old you are, you're learning. And it probably made me realize, like, to be able to manage, like us two, Sam, now,
yeah,
be open, be honest,
Mm.
discuss things, don't keep things hidden. I'm all one for keeping a peace all the time, but sometimes it's not the best thing. It's always best to probably speak up and be honest about things. And I think that in a way, it really helped me grow in a lot of ways and
yeah,
understand a lot of things, and also to realize that people are different. Not everybody's the same, you
yeah.
know.
Not
And
everybody thinks the same way as you do. Not everybody acts
absolutely,
the same way as you
yeah,
do.
yeah.
And at the end of the day, Dee, Rock the Mic, as you say, we learned a lot from it, but it brought us together. And
And we got to wear posh dresses,
we
which
did.
were really
And
good.
how
We got
many,
to wear some right posh
yeah,
frocks.
how many ladies and how much time was spent on talking about outfits and what I'm wearing and that sort of thing,
Oh,
and
probably
how
most of it.
happy
Yeah,
how happy were the women? And you guys were backstage as well most of the night and getting involved and that sort of thing. How amazing experience was that for everybody? Everybody
Yeah,
it was
nervous as hell.
brilliant. Do
it
you
was
know
brilliant
what?
as
To
well, and we
see,
organised hair as well, didn't we, for the girls? So
yeah,
we arranged hair and makeup for them, and it was just, it was just a very special time for everybody, and I think everyone will remember that, you
yeah,
know, that event. Some people might never go back on a stage again. So for them to have that opportunity, I think it was wonderful. I
it was.
really
And
do.
to see them shine as well,
Yeah,
to see all these young ones who'd never been on a stage before. They've only ever been sat behind a camera with headphones in a studio at home, with their
yeah,
little sound cards and their headphones and their mics at home singing on TikTok live, to actually go from that to a huge stage, which Viva was. And to see them just absolutely smash it was a real, real
yeah,
proud feeling for Dionne. I think we cried so much that night, didn't we, Dee? Because we
yeah,
were
we
just so
did.
proud.
It
Yeah.
was very
Riley in
emotional, wasn't
particular
it?
for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
The thing for me, the thing
Steve,
that
you were so,
really,
sorry, Steve.
I was just going to say, the thing that upset me was when I stepped out on the stage and one of the other performers had the same dress on as me.
Well, we did say speak to people first, Steve.
we did set up a little group, you know, for people
Yeah.
to come up ideas
So we
and
didn't
stuff.
think
I wasn't
you were
invited.
gonna.
I'm saying nothing.
Well,
But it was to see the pride in the artists when they finished performing, to actually watch
Yeah.
them shine on that stage. I mean, for me, I'm quite biased. Lyrical Riley for me was just absolutely
Yeah.
outstanding.
Mm.
To see how nervous he was throughout the whole process, but I believed in him from day one. I knew that he could do it, and when he did, oh, so proud.
It was
Yeah.
very,
Proud, and
very
everybody else
exciting.
as well. They just smashed
they were
it.
brilliant,
Yeah.
brilliant,
They were.
and even yourself, Steve, and Bradders and Kez.
Oh
Just
yes,
I mean,
On
like
that point,
Kez had never done anything.
let, let,
And she shone that night.
she did.
let,
She was amazing.
Absolutely
She was
shone.
brilliant.
we'll talk about that bit next about Steve and Kez, about their romance. Do you want to introduce your next song?
Yeah, so I'm
Lamper.
going to introduce the song that brought us together as the Harmonies, our first ever debut single, and the song that is so special to myself and Dion, and that is "Tell Him," our cover of Barbara Streisand and Celine Dion.
I'm scared, so afraid to show I care. Will he think me weak if I tremble when I speak? Ooh, I need. There's another one he's thinking of. Maybe he's in love. I feel like a fool. Life can be so cruel. I don't know what to do. I've been there with my heart out in my hand, but what you must understand, you can let the chance to love him pass you by. Tell him that the sun and moon rise in his eyes. Reach out to him and whisper tender words so soft and sweet. Hold him close to feel his heartbeat. Love will be the gift you give yourself. Touch him with the gentleness you feel inside. Your love can be denied. The truth will set you free. You'll have what's meant to be. All in time, you see. I love him, then show him of that much I can be sure. Hold him close to you. I don't think I quite enjoy if I let him walk away when I have so much to say. Tell him that the sun and moon rise in his eyes. Reach out to him and whisper tender words so soft and sweet. Hold him close to feel his heart. Love will be the gift you give yourself. flame that grows. Oh, feed the fire with all the passion you can show. Tonight love will assume its place. This memory time cannot erase your faithful lead love where it has to go. Tell him that the sun and moon rise in his eyes. Reach out to him and whisper tender words so soft and sweet. Hold him close to feel his heartbeat. This will be the gift you give yourself. Never let him go.
Okay, that was Tell Him. And do you know one thing that's really interesting about relationships and building relationships? I think it's very, very interesting about we talked about different personalities and that sort of thing. And everybody's not going to like each other and that sort of stuff. There's only so much you can do to help people as well. And I think what Rock the Mic did was basically did its job, which was to show people they can actually do better. And people have gone on to various journeys. But you're a prime example of where you've really used it to your advantage. And also, Steve Little, the
Lovely Steve.
yeah, let's talk about him a little bit. The
It's
he was
not
a
true.
compare.
Whatever he says is not true.
he was a compare on the night, and he did an amazing job. He worked with Kerry. He didn't know what he was walking into. In all fairness, his brief was very little. He just got a few bits of paper.
But before you go on though, can I tell you how I didn't know? Because the first act, I didn't realize they were all doing two songs on the first act. And when the first act finished, I comes barging out on the stage. Come on, give him a big round of applause. And she started singing again. I was like, oh my God. And I went running off.
I didn't know that, by the way.
I didn't know that.
But the point being, like, so for example, your compare, and she's not here now. I didn't think about this as well. The Kerry is somebody else that I met on TikTok who was even shyer than you two, believe it or not. And we just built a relationship together. We literally built a relationship together, and I really do adore Kerry. I think she's a fantastic individual. I said to her, I said, "Come on, then." She was even too shy to even talk on TikTok when I first met her, and I said, "We're at the stage now. I need you to help me on the stage and work with Steve." And Steve, wasn't she amazing with you?
You know what? Honestly, from the moment we started, I mean, we just hit the ground running right at the very beginning because as people were coming in, we were interviewing them. And the idea was, she'd do an interview, then I'd do an interview, and then all the rest of it. And it was all being recorded and everything. She just, honestly, I mean, for somebody who was quivering in her boots, basically, she was absolutely brilliant. And the banter that we had between each other was even better. It was just, and it was natural. It was just good. Do you know what I mean?
You
It was
just
so
had that
good.
natural chemistry.
It was, it was incredible. And she was just, honestly, she made the job much easier. It was great.
And do you know what? She was so lovely behind. She would really helped people with,
He did.
everybody were nervous and everything. But the way Kez calmed people down, she truly was inspirational that night. She really, really was. She was so lovely. And honestly, I ended up getting a lift back with Kez back to the hotel, and we pulled up in McDonald's car park, and we must have giggled for about half an hour before we set off, just about the night. Obviously about my bucket, but we'll keep that for another time. But we literally giggled for about 30 minutes.
You can.
Honestly.
I'm gonna tell
You,
everybody. I'm gonna spill the beans because I was actually, funnily enough, I've been doing some uploading of some of the shows on YouTube, and I went onto the Rock the Mic, and there's a picture of you standing there with Kerry, and right next to you is the door, the secret door where the secret ladies' toilet was.
Just for me, though, just for
The
me.
elusive bucket.
Oh, dear.
but
Best thing ever.
so it ended up being an amazing night, and everybody was like, I can still remember the final show, and where we basically were all together, and it was exceptional, wasn't it? It was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
And against all odds. And also, this is the other thing about social media and that sort of thing. And as I think Sam just mentioned before, is that people can be very, very negative, and they were saying it's not going to happen, or what's not going to be this. I don't know everything they were saying, but I'm just going to use words that I probably remember. Is that it's I learned it's going to be a karaoke show and all this sort of stuff, but actually it wasn't. It was about an
No,
experience.
it was a cabaret. It was brilliant.
It was amazing. It was amazing. And Brad, you should be really proud of yourself. You know,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, Rock the Mic was your creation. You brought it all together. You know, yes, Dionne, myself, and Kez helped, but ultimately it was your baby. And you should be so proud of what you achieved that night.
Yeah. You really should.
I definitely wouldn't forget the memories. And from that night, I was Steve. I just asked you on the interval. Explain a little bit about your story because I don't know how to describe it, if I'm honest.
Well, what had happened at the time, and because Sam knew I was already with a radio station, we talked about the radio station getting on board and everything, and doing everything they could to A, promote it, and B, and the station was like, oh yeah, this is going to be really good, and we'll do this and we'll do that. And of course, I was getting in touch with Sam, who was letting you know about what they were going to be doing and everything else. And like within a week, just about a week, maybe days even before the event, they just pulled out of it completely. And I was like, I couldn't believe it because we committed to it as a station, and unfortunately, it didn't come off, and so it left me basically holding the flag for that particular station, and it wasn't a good experience, and I didn't like it. It was very unprofessional, and it let you all down badly, which made it really, really difficult for me as the compere, i.e., under their name, when you all knew that, basically they kicked it in the backside, and it was horrible. It was a horrible experience.
It was terrible what they did to you, Steve. You shouldn't.
But we knew it wasn't
deserve to have been treated in that way.
No,
yeah, but
it was disgusting.
we knew it wasn't you because we know you as a person. So we
Yeah.
knew it wasn't anything aimed at you. We knew it was the company itself. So
And you still pulled off a fantastic evening, Steve.
you did.
You did us all so proud.
That was good fun, though, wasn't it?
It really was. It really was.
And so, following that, the following morning, because and do us a favour, Brad, next time you organise an event, make sure the clocks don't go forward.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there is that.
That was a funny. That was really funny, actually.
2:30 in the morning, and then you think, actually, no, it's 3:30, and I've got to be out of the room in about 5 hours. And and then it was like the following morning, I just got up and thought, right, that's it. I can't do this anymore. I mean, there was a couple of issues led up to that, but that particular issue for me was too much, and I thought, you can't let people down like that. So I gave it up. I gave the station up on that morning, that very morning. I just sent him a message, said, I'm not doing this no more.
Yeah.
No reason, nothing, just stopped.
And look where it's brought you, Steve.
And on that note, if people can follow the chain of custody here, right? And this is one of the reasons why I want to talk about it, not only to promote the Harmonies as well, is about working together. So on that night, I said to Steve, was it that night, Steve, or was it the following day? Or
No, it was the following day. It was
all right, okay.
after you'd heard what I'd done.
Yeah, it was the following day, and I said to Steve, "Would you be interested in starting your own radio station?" And you explained the story, Steve.
Well, the second word was off, because I didn't believe you. Quite frankly, I was like, "This fella's crazy. He hasn't got a clue what he's asking me to do, and all the rest of it." And I mean, I think I just said, "Well, yeah," but I didn't believe you were serious. And then I think within a week, I knew how serious you were, and that's basically where it all started.
Thing
Yeah,
is,
So,
once Bradders gets something in his bonnet, that's it, and he won't stop until he's
trust
done
me,
it.
I know.
No, he won't though, and that's what I love about you, Bradders. You're very passionate, but once you've got something, you will not stop until it's
Until
done,
you get it,
and
yeah.
that is very very. What's the word? I'm not really good with big
Trait to
words.
have. It's
Yeah,
very
it's an
admirable
amazing.
trait to have.
You know, I know that you'd never let people down, and you never do. You know, you always, whatever you say you're going to do, you will do that,
yeah.
and that's a good strength. Strength. I'll use that word. Strength to have.
Yeah, but
The
saying that, he told us 2 weeks ago he was going to get the numbers for the national lottery so we could win it, and we're still waiting.
Yeah, no, there's that
Yeah,
one
he
in there.
promised me that as well. He's full of false promises.
they're in my back. They're in my back pocket. But yeah, I mean that's the other thing as well, right? This is an important. So me personally, if I say I'm like I've got this idea, and even if you tell me that it's a rubbish idea, and if I'm going to commit to it, that's it. I'm done. I'm committed to it. The
Yeah.
and the thing is as well that I mean Steve's just went through that with me. He's just been with me the last 4 days. Um, since starting Dreamcatcher Radio. So, okay, let me just go backwards one set. All right. Thank you very much for the compliment, by the way. Actually, let's just go back even one more step. A new experience, my dedication to the event and Sam and Dionne this is. And,
Yeah.
I didn't care about what anybody said. I really didn't. My focus was on delivering the event for everybody, and I was right in the end. And you doubted me massively during that period.
Who did?
We didn't doubt you.
No, we
We
never
never
doubted you.
doubted you, Brad. There were occasions where we didn't agree with certain decisions you made. Because as you rightly say, you'll do something if you as Dion said, you get a bee in your bonnet and that's it, you go with it. And at times, you didn't necessarily communicate with the group, love.
Yes.
So
Right.
there were frustrations along
Yeah,
the way.
the
But
frustrations is that
we never once doubted you.
no,
Never
never.
once doubted you
I,
or your ability to do this.
I will accept it was a learning curve for us all.
Yeah,
But
It
yeah,
was.
and you're right, is that as soon as I decide to do something, I just do it. And then, I said to Steve, I want to start a radio station, and I need you to have a think about it. Because I really like Steve, and I felt so sorry for him in the position that he was
Pity
in.
party.
Pardon?
A pity party.
No, it's not. Stop it.
Don't
The
swear. Don't swear.
I felt so empowered towards Steve, and I thought, do you know what? I can do it. Right? I don't know how to do it, but I need someone like Steve, and then we've done it. We've done it. We've actually done it. It's been running now for over 3 months, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But
Well, can I just say before you move on that, the reason we called it Dream Catcher was because that's what Rock the Mic was all about. It was catching people's dreams. It was a platform that they were given that they could, might not have again. And that's where the name Dreamcatcher came in. So that's why we called it Dreamcatcher Radio.
Yeah,
this is
fantastic
really
name.
so. This is really interesting story actually, because when you talk, Steve, the logo comes up here, and this is talking about partnership here, yeah. So Steve come up with a name, Sam designed the logo,
Yeah.
and I did the strap line.
Yeah.
and I said it was a good idea.
Important contribution, D. Important contribution.
Okay. Well done, Dion. Well done, Dion. I didn't spot
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I missed you out. Uh, on the well done, Dion. That's really funny. The On that note, let's just carry on and let's just do your next song.
So, Dionne, you go ahead, love.
So our next song is more of an upbeat song, but this was our first upbeat song that we sang together, and we just love it. And it's called "One Hand in My Pocket."
I'm broke, but I'm happy. I'm poor, but I'm kind. I'm short, but I'm healthy. Yeah. I'm high, but I'm grounded. I'm sane, but I'm overwhelmed. I'm lost, but I'm hopeful. Baby, what it all comes down to is that everything's gonna be fine, fine, fine. 'Cause I got one hand in my pocket and the other one is giving a high five. I'm drunk, but I'm sober. I'm young, but I'm underpaid. I'm tired, but I'm working. Yeah. I care, but I'm restless. I'm here, but I'm really gone. I'm wrong, but I'm sorry, baby. What it all comes down to said everything's gonna be quite alright. 'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is flicking a cigarette. And what it all comes down to that I haven't got it all figured out just yet. 'Cause I got one hand in my pocket and the other one is giving a peace sign. I'm free, but I'm focused. I'm green, but I'm wise. I'm bright, but I'm friendly, baby. I'm sad, but I'm laughing. I'm brave, but I'm chicken. Shh. I'm sick, but I'm pretty, baby. And what it all boils down to that no one's really got it figured out just yet. Well, I got one hand in my pocket and the other one is playing a piano. And what it all comes down to, my friends, said everything is just fine, fine, fine. 'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is heading a taxi cab.
Dreamcatcher Radio was founded on the principle of supporting and promoting unsigned talent from across the world, whatever kind of music it may be. Rock and roll, heavy metal, folk, pop, you name it. We want to hear from you. If you want to hear your music played on air, then get in touch with us. It's hello@dreamcatcherradio.com. So what are you waiting for? Get in touch with us now. hello@dreamcatcherradio.com. Send us your music and a small bio and we'll play your music on air. Dreamcatcher Radio, baby.
This is
Dreamcatcher Radio.
So that was One Hand in My Pocket. We've just been chatting off air, and this is really important. This is actually really important, and it's part of the ethos of the show and my belief system. The is that they've just been talking. Sam, you're the best one to talk about this.
Yeah.
A young man called Riley. Do you want to tell the story?
Yes. So I was first introduced to Riley back in early part of last year when he came to my attention, and he really grasped me because he's a rapper, and he raps a lot about autism, about SEN and everything, and obviously having two SEN children. I was really grasped by Riley, and we became good friends on the app, and I absolutely adore the lad, absolutely adore him. And I think for me, for Blackpool, for Rock the Mic, he was one of the standout acts for me on the night because he was so nervous.
Can I
And
just pause you there, Sam, very briefly,
yeah,
'cause this is quite important. Is that you specifically focused on him to come to Rock the Mic, and you said to me, "I really, really want to back this guy,"
yeah,
and and I doubted it if I'm honest, but I said, "Yeah, go ahead," and
yeah.
and I actually really like him, by the way, and but carry on with your story.
Yeah, so Riley just had no confidence. When I approached him and said we wanted to do Rock the Mic, he was so excited, and I think almost a little bit proud of himself that he'd been spotted and asked to do it, but his nerves were off the scale. They were absolutely off the scale. And Brad, we had so many conversations with him where we were just calming his nerves and, trying to help him breathe and just help him to believe in his own abilities. And on the night he came out on that stage, and Steve, I know for you, he was one of the standouts as well. He smashed it. He
Oh, he's
absolutely
amazing.
just
Brilliant.
delivered the most incredible performances. And talking off air just about all the other performers and kind of what people have done with themselves since Rock the Mic, and I know a couple of them have gone on to perform and look into doing solo work and open mic nights and stuff. But Riley, I think he's just had the most incredible journey. It's been a tough one for him. It has been a tough one for him. He's now separated from his wife, due to domestic abuse on that side, and he's kind of stepped away from this abusive relationship. He's found true love with somebody also on TikTok, another TikTok performer who he's very, very happy with. And his confidence has boomed. He's started his own TikTok agency now, helping other musicians. He's releasing songs left, right, and centre, and he is doing so well. And I think I feel so proud to look at Riley and say, do you know what? Had it not been for Rock the Mic, I don't think he would be where he is now. He would still be that scared, nervous young lad, with such a phenomenal talent just hidden away behind a closed door.
Probably,
Rock the Mic just threw that door open for him.
and the continuity here, though, right? When we think about it, right? I like chain of custody, right? Sam, you're the one that did it, you know. You're the one that did it. And Kerry is joined the room. Kerry, we were just talking about just now. You're way behind on the conversation. We were just talking about you. I don't know if you're muted or not. You are muted actually. And I don't know if you want to join the conversation. But the thing is, like I say to Steve, right, when we did our mission statement, and I
Oh, sorry, I couldn't unmute myself.
okay, just bear with me one second, Gary. The and when we did the mission statement, which I drafted, Steve, are we not sticking by our mission statement?
100%. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everything that we said right at the beginning, it's very easy. And I mean, we were talking about this when I was with you last week. I mean, I did all those policies and everything else, and we drafted the mission statements. I can safely say that our mission statements, our vision, we are adhering to it, and yeah, it's just amazing. Because 9 times out of 10, you just start with it, it never take, it never pays off. But this has paid off, and we've stuck to it, which is brilliant. And all the presenters fully support it as well, which is even better.
So, Kerry, we were talking about you before,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're talking about the journey of Sam and Dion, and you're part of that journey. And where we're talking about you doing the compare with Steve and yourself, and how well you guys did it. And Dion was talking about how amazing you were at the backstage of Rock the Mic. So
Oh, thank you.
I don't know if you want to
You
share.
really were, Kerry. You were absolutely fantastic that night with so many of the acts who were so nervous, and you really helped them through.
You did. You was honestly, you settled the nerves. You were just lovely. You were just so encouraging towards them, and it was just nice to see. And you absolutely shone on that stage, Kerry. You really did.
Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you. Um, yeah, and I think that's testament to like working as a team beforehand, giving, you know, Brad's always said I've never really put myself forward in a lot of things. And standing with Steve, bearing in mind that was the first time I've ever done compare work or anything, I was a bit like, ooh, but then being behind, because I'm not a musician, you know. So if I could help settle their nerves, it was something I felt that I could do for the musicians, really. I
And
remember
you
with
did it
Riley,
brilliantly.
with you talking about Riley just there, I remember with Riley, Riley ran off the stage before he was due to go on. And I caught him and I held his hands, and he was sort of
Yeah,
like that fearful that he had tears. And I was like, come on, Riley, we can do this.
Yeah,
I'll stand on that
yeah, I
side of the
saw that.
stage and we can
Yeah.
do this, you know. This is what we've come all this way for. And it was only making him realize that he was good enough, because I think he felt that he was never good enough.
he did. He did. He always felt that his music, because he spoke a lot about his own personal experiences, whether it was, being in a domestically violent relationship, whether it was his SEN, the fact that he was, a foster child. He spoke about his experiences through his music, and he always used to say, didn't he, oh, I don't want my music to make people want to go off and hurt themselves, and I don't think I'm good enough. And it's like, actually, Riley, you are phenomenal. You have
Yeah,
got the most incredible talent, young man.
But that's what
yeah,
makes him special. It makes him
Yes.
special because he tells a story in everything he does.
And
And
you
and
hear
and
that
what's good
story and you
about that is
feel it.
sometimes it relates to other people, and people can, you can stand there and tell somebody something, and it doesn't go into them and as much as it does with music. And I
Yeah.
think music is such a wonderful thing in all areas. And if somebody's telling you a story through music, I
Mm.
think it's just as beautiful as somebody talking to you about it. I really do.
Absolutely.
I'm on the opposite side of that, though, Dion. If someone's trying to tell you something, you can switch off. If you
Yeah,
hear music, you can't switch off.
Yeah.
Mm.
If you stand there and close your eyes and someone tells you something, inevitably your mind will wander. But I
yeah,
feel that if you stand there, close your eyes and listen to a melody with words,
yeah,
even if it's rapping,
yeah,
you actually sit down and listen. And
Uh,
I think with Riley's music, it wasn't just like a situation, it was the truth.
yeah,
It's how it
yes.
is,
absolutely.
and it's a
Yeah, it was.
feeling.
It was.
It
Yeah,
was
I
Yeah.
don't
reality.
suffer from anything that he has, but that night on Rock the Mic, I stood there on the side of the stage like I promised I would be for him. And I stood there and I closed my eyes and I listened, and I was just like, wow, you
Yeah.
know, I can put myself in his position all because of his words.
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah,
He's phenomenal.
yeah,
I
Absolutely
will
phenomenal.
say, I when because obviously I didn't know the general arrangement of the show because Sam was dealing with that. The it's that when he bounced on stage, I was thinking, where the F did he come from? And and he just smashed it. Absolutely
He did.
smashed it.
He did.
He
Yeah.
and it was amazing, and it just what we are talking about the harmonies, and we've been discussing them, but Kerry, right? We're just talking about empowerment and stuff like that, just looking. I'm just looking at the four people here. We've got Dion, Sam, Steve, and Kerry. Just look at the massive empowerment that we've achieved. Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
really is, and it makes me smile a lot. It really does. And
Yeah.
And do you know what we've done? We've, for personally, what we have done as the team, okay, of Rock the Mic, is we have gelled genuine friendships within other people on the app that are
Yeah.
like-minded singers.
Yeah.
We have brought together people who would only ever see each other on a screen in an
Yeah.
Yes.
event, and
Yeah.
they have actually formed true friendships
that's a
Yeah.
good point.
through,
Actually, that is a good point. Actually, I know that. Actually, you're right. Actually, Kerry.
you
Yeah.
know, with having that connection and on that experience and that night, you know.
Yeah.
I was
You
It's
also
know,
been
mentioning,
amazing.
Kerry, when we I ended up coming in the car with you afterwards, that we pulled up in McDonald's and we were giggling for about half an
oh
hour.
yeah, yeah.
The
Honestly, it was the
elusive
But
bucket call.
funniest moment ever. We couldn't
you've
breathe.
left you left your pee bucket, and I've never been with
No,
anyone,
look, look, she's put it
and
out
I
there
have
now.
never, I
The
have never
secret's out. The
been,
secret's
I
out.
have, I have never been to McDonald's drive-through with anyone that said, "Can I have a cheeseburger but no bun?" Okay, but should I want everything else? And I'm like, "What? No bun?" And
And
she's
I'm
like,
like,
no, I can't eat the bread. And I was like, so she just wants the meat,
yeah,
please, and a bit of cheese on the top.
yeah,
And I thought, and it was just the hilarity. And I think, you know, I think the nerves, the fact that we could say at the end of it, we did it, because there was
yeah,
a lot of people that doubted us. There
Yes.
was
yeah.
a lot of people out there that did doubt that it wouldn't take off. We wouldn't raise the money. We wouldn't do what we set out to do that day in January, when we all said, all right, Brad, we'll help you out,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
And we've come
Um,
on our own journeys from that. You know, you two connected in a
on
way.
oh, God.
Sorry, you two connected. The radio show was formed, and you know, it's like that one event has just
Created so much.
created so much, Sam. You're right, yeah.
Yeah.
Has
So
created
much
so
positivity.
much.
On that note,
Exactly.
the Sam or Dion, do you want to introduce your next song?
Yeah.
Sam, do you want to introduce your amazing single or single?
So this track, so on our debut album Soul Sisters, which is now available on digital download and CD, we did 6 duets and 4 solos. So Dion and I decided we'll do 2 solos each and then 6 duets. And this is one of my solos, and it's my take on PA Yazoo featuring the wonderful Paul Kingston Miles.
Okay, let's get that on.
Keep it locked right here.
Dreamcatcher Radio.
There you go. That was P.A. Yezu, sung beautifully by our very own Samantha. Sam, that was gorgeous. So,
Thank you.
okay, so we've mentioned that these are songs from your album.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about the journey for that. I mean, how did you decide that you're going to bring out an album? Because I know you brought out a single together, but what made you think that you're going to do a complete album?
I think when Dion and I first got together, and that surprise element of wow, how well our voices kind of blended, and we released Tell Him as a single back in February. Um, Obviously we were working together with Rock the Mic, and when Rock the Mic finished at the end of March, Dion and I were at a little bit of a loose end. We almost felt a little bit lost
Yeah,
because
it
for
was
three
awful, wasn't it?
months, we'd been every single day, hours upon hours upon hours, every day, chatting to Brad and Kerry, chatting to yourself, Steve, going through everything for Rock the Mic, and we almost felt a little bit lost when the whole process was finished. And Dion came down to stay with me because we'd decided at that point we were gonna do something with the Harmonies, and we were gonna look at getting ourselves out there doing gigs, and do you know what, making a career of music before time just rolls away and we never do it. So
Mm.
Dion came down to stay, and we decided to go to a recording studios who actually sponsored Rock the Mic, Evolution Studios, and a lovely guy called Dave in Cardiff. And we went and recorded like a few songs in the studio, and just to make our own little show reel that we could hand out to venues. And we got talking about an album. We said, look, we've got this song out at the moment. We're going to release this song. Why don't we do an album? We've got enough. We've got good content that we can do with it. So we planned it, didn't we, Dee? And then
Yeah,
a couple of weeks later, he came back down, and we recorded everything in my home studio. We mixed and mastered it. We actually did the whole album in 3 days. It was 3 very, very long days.
it
We
was.
never left the studio. About 10, 11 hours a day we were in my studio, and but it was the most incredible, incredible experience that we loved it. We
Yeah.
loved it.
And
And it
it's
really
just been
changed things
from
for
there.
us.
It's been from there as well. That's what's when we seem to do a song, we'll choose a song, and the connection just works straight away. But we'll know when we choose a song, if it don't work, we'll know one of us will say, "No, this is not for us,"
Mm.
Yeah.
straight away, and we know what works for us.
And what
Um,
doesn't?
and what doesn't. So that it's great, and it's good that we can both say that to each other. No, this is not for us, or we don't like
We've
this.
got a
But
very honest kind of friendship, haven't we?
yeah,
We know that we can be completely honest with one another, um, and neither one of us takes any form of offence, because we
Mm.
know that if we have any criticism or anything like that, or any praise, so for example, Saturday, Dion absolutely just she was phenomenal when she sang Skyfall at a gig we did on Saturday. And Dion knows that when I say to her, "Oh my God, that was incredible, Dion, you nailed it," that it comes from the heart, and
yeah.
Mm.
it's genuine,
Because I'd
and
only sang
it's
it a
said
couple
with
of
love.
times, but it were a request, wasn't it? Somebody
Yeah,
had requested it. So I said, "Oh, I'll give it a go." And then the lady who'd requested it ended up in tears. She said, and she
Mm.
was showing me around, she was going, "I've got goosebumps." And that to me just makes me think, wow, I've done that. I
Mm.
yeah,
did that. And, but we very much, I can say things to Sam and she can say things to me, even if it's praise or not praise. We're
Mm.
very open, and
yeah,
that's what's really good about things. But we do encourage each other as well, you
yeah, we
know,
do.
and that's what works so well with us. We boost each other up, we banter with each other, we have a laugh, we enjoy every single minute.
Yeah, we
Mm.
do. We
Well,
do.
I mean, that's the thing for me because I mean, since Rock the Mic and you two have, obviously formed that amazing friendship. Every time I see it on social media, there's always, and we're going to be appearing here today, and we're going to appear in there. How does that make you feel? Because, I mean, you're literally so busy, it's untrue.
We are
It's
fully booked up
overwhelming,
to
isn't it?
the rest of the year. We're completely fully booked, and you know, now it's just like, right, Dee, we're going here this weekend, and she'll say, Sam, we're here this day, we're there that day, and it's
Yeah.
like, yep, okay. And we still walk away from a gig feeling so incredibly proud of ourselves and on such a high, knowing that we've done a good job and we've got people on the dance
Yeah.
floor dancing. But when we first started doing gigs, it was, as Dee said, it was so overwhelming. You'd be stood there and we'd be so nervous. As soon as we got the first song or two out the way, we'd be in the flow and we'd be fine. But it was almost
I
surreal. It was
I
very
watched
surreal.
I watched a live, one of your TikTok lives, and you were doing someone's birthday, I think it was, but they wouldn't stop. They wouldn't stop. Every time you said, right, I need to go. No, it was the one I think in Wales, because
Yeah,
Dion, you had a long way to travel home.
yeah, it was the one. It was actually the one in Weston.
Western Supermare, yeah.
Oh,
They actually came up to us. The manager came up to us and said, "We will pay more for however long you can stay."
Yeah.
And we were like, "What?" And I said, "Well, if I wasn't traveling back, because it's 3.5 hours from there, I would have stayed a lot longer. But we did
Mm,
an extra 30 minutes for them. But they were wanted us to stay all night.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
literally
Yeah, they
said,
did.
and we get that
Cool.
all the time. And it's
Yeah.
like we've now had to do an extra set list for
Just for
for
encores.
encores.
Yeah, well,
No
Honestly,
way.
that's what I sat and made me smile, because I just thought, you know what, these two girls would never have believed that
no,
this would have been the take up on what they deliver.
it's
And I
like
always remember Brad saying that time in not Butlins, Blackpool, when you two sang your first song together and you absolutely shut the crack karaoke bar down, with people. And
Mad
the
Kellys.
videos that was being taken of you guys singing together and everyone was stood around the dance floor, I thought,
we
you know
have
what, these
we
Do you
these
know
have
girls
that
what?
at
have got
Do you
every
it.
know what?
place
Right?
now.
That was really funny because Steve didn't understand. I said to him about what happened that night, and he thought, "What? They shut the place down."
He thought we actually shut it down, as in shut it down. Bless him.
I did, because I thought all the performers that were waiting to go up and do a bit of karaoke, I thought, I'm not good. There's no way I can beat that. I'm going.
But this
Well,
is
that was then.
what we
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you both a
sorry.
question? Because
Yeah.
I mean, Sam, you started off busking, which is
Yeah.
how I got to know you as well. Do you both go busking together, or is that something that you can't fit in anymore?
It's
We
something
we
that at
have
the
done a
moment we
couple, haven't
can't
we?
fit in. We've done
We've done a
a couple of busking
couple.
sessions.
Yeah, and we said we will wanted to do more, but we're so busy with bookings now, we don't actually get time to do it.
No.
So but it's like even when we do performances now, there's people recording us every time. Like on Saturday performance, we handed out, I think it was 5 or 6 business cards. People were coming up, can we take your details? Can we take your business card?
Mm.
And we're like, and that's on everywhere we go now. And
Yeah.
it's like, what is going on? I mean, we get messages probably 2 or 3 a day now. We've even
Yeah.
had somebody contact us who from America who wants to fly us out next year, pay for the whole flight and
Wow.
Yeah.
accommodation
To Michigan.
to sing in
Sing in
Michigan.
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 Wow.
And we're like, what is going
And
on?
this gentleman is actually due to go on tour with Sigma on his US tour as well.
Wow.
So it's
Come again?
yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
and we're like, we keep looking at each other thinking, what's actually happening?
Yeah.
And we headlined the Nantwich show. And then
Yeah.
from doing that, we then got contacted by the council and somebody else who runs all the like
For the event.
festivals in Nantwich, wanting
Yeah.
Mm.
us to sing at every one of them. And we're
Yeah.
like,
Wow.
wow,
Yeah.
that's
It's
just
just
from
massively
Excuse
taken
me,
off.
ladies, right? Just excuse me, right? I noticed something during your little verbiage there.
yeah.
24th of October. You've got that in your diary, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, fine. Okay. I was a little
Yeah.
Are
bit
you
worried
starting
then.
to panic?
Yeah.
No, we've got everything. Yeah, we've got everything. But yeah, we are fully booked up. I mean, we've had probably 5 people contact us for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, they're all arguing over us.
Oh, they're all arguing over and bidding over us at minute.
Like a little
It's
bidding
just-
war for New Year's
The
Eve.
and
Wow.
do you go to the highest bidder, or how do you make your decision?
We go to
So
who makes us feel the best.
yeah, so the place we've chosen for New Year's Eve, we're just awaiting confirmation. But you know, we've gigged with them in the last couple of weeks, and they just made us feel so at home. We had such a laugh with them. They were so hospitable. They gave us drinks all night, made sure that we were looked after. They let us get changed in their apartment. They were absolutely fantastic, and
It's not
just a
necessarily
lovely
about
pair of
money.
guys.
Yeah, it's not necessarily about money for us, even though obviously we do want money to help us pay bills and things, but we love what we do. We
Yeah.
absolutely love what we do. You know, we've done quite a few charity events, which, you know, we're still happy to do because on the backhand of that, we still get gigs from them, you know. But you know, we do it because we love it. It's our passion.
Yeah.
And you know, so it's not always about the money. Money comes and goes, doesn't it? As long as it pays the bills. But you know, we just love what we're doing. Absolutely buzzing from it every
I
time.
had that conversation with you, Dion, in McDonald's car park with your burger less bun.
Yeah,
And I remember talking to you about, you know, like where the harmonies are going to start and, you know, where do you
yeah,
hope it will take you? And you said, I would love to leave work and to have this as my main job,
yeah,
but I don't know whether it'll take off. And I said, you've got to believe in yourself, didn't I?
yeah,
And no pee buckets allowed type of thing.
yeah,
And
And then it was a case of you texted me the day you left work and you went, well, that's it. Notice has been handed in. I'm actually doing this. And I was just like, you know what? There's never a fear of any day that you have as of the day after handing that notice in
no, and
that you will ever think that you will be, you know,
where I am
you know,
now.
yeah,
No, and genuinely, it's because of the amazing support I get from Sam and the encouragement. And
oh,
I'm the same with Sam, do you know, and I think it's because we gel so well together and we've got that belief in each other has made us grow to where we are, you
yeah,
know. And not only that, I mean, what's been amazing, I mean, where I worked, I loved my job and I loved the, you know, my bosses, but my bosses come to see a few of my performances now. She messages me, she's so proud of me. And I just think, do you know, a different boss would be maybe totally different, but she's so encouraging towards me and so supportive. But it's
yeah,
even like singing in the care homes now. I've every new care home I've been to, they've booked me for the rest of the year and for
yeah.
all of
And
next
into
year.
next year, yeah.
So I've
Wow.
got bookings now from care homes for the whole of next year. And
You've
it's
done
like,
amazing, Dee. We're so
wow,
proud of you.
but I love
So,
it.
so proud of
I
you.
just love it. I love it. It's honestly,
and I have to shout out to your hubby, D. Your hubby, oh my
yes,
God, he is just so proud of you and knowing that this has always been the biggest dream that
yeah,
you've ever wanted to do and never had the guts to do it.
yeah,
I may add, and he's been so proud of you. I mean, Rock the Mic night, he was one of the ones that was up every time you were on that stage.
I
Every
know,
time he
I
was there
know,
supporting, and your son, and your
yeah,
oh yeah, you know your family
Oh, don't
have
talk about his beautiful
oh how
son.
beautiful son,
Yeah,
yeah. But
and
your
a daughter.
family,
They're
and
two stunning people.
I know. Brad says to me, he went, "Have you seen her beautiful kids?" And I went, "Well, I did birth them."
yeah. Well, hang
So they've
on.
got to the good looks have got to come
Okay,
from somewhere.
Can we just say, Brad, though, Dion isn't exactly ugly herself, can I just add?
I did not even suggest that. Okay, listen, we've got less than 5 minutes left till we finish. So I just want to say, one thing personally myself is about empowerment and with working with and being with one another and supporting one another. You can do amazing things. You really can. And
Absolutely.
you know, I'm 44. Dionne said she's nearly 50. I don't know how old Sam is. And
41.
21.
you know, the age doesn't really matter.
This month, isn't it, Dee?
Yes, big 50 on the 27th. So please
I
don't
thought
God,
forget.
so.
I
I
remember
thought
it
it was
well.
September.
But
Yeah,
we can still have fun. We can still have fun and enjoy ourselves.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
you know, this is what I think about. Hoping the younger generation will hear this.
Well, I'm hearing it. I am only 21, you know.
Yeah,
I'm only 24, you know.
yeah.
Oh, have you heard these? Have you heard these?
No,
Yeah.
said D, what you do when you get to 50? Next year
Go
you go back down.
backwards.
You
Right,
go backwards,
I'm
yeah.
happy with
So
that.
yeah, I'm 24.
Yeah, and
Jeez.
basically you can
I'm
do
only 12.
it. Oh, geez. I got a 12-year-old to be a compere at Rock the Mic, yeah. Wait, really? The, the
Blair's like
thing
a
is,
trooper.
if you associate yourself with the right people, you can achieve things, and that's the most important thing.
Absolutely.
And don't believe everything you see on social media and hear on social media. It's really important. On that note, sorry, just very quickly as well, Sam and Dion, how do people find you on social media and your website and all that sort of stuff?
Yep. So we are on Facebook under the Harmonies Vocal Duo, and we're also on TikTok under the Harmonies Vocal Duo. We do go live as much as we can when we do our gigs. Some people obviously won't allow us to in certain areas, but
Boo.
we tend to try go as live as much as we can. Sometimes we've had difficulty with the Wi-Fi as well, so that's been, and sometimes because we've got loads of electric, it sometimes doesn't work. But as much as we possibly can, we do go live. So
Yeah.
if you give us a follow, we're on Facebook and
We're
TikTok. and
also on Instagram
Oh
and
yeah,
YouTube
Instagram, sorry. Yeah,
and
Instagram
YouTube as
and
well.
YouTube. And we're also on Spotify. So yeah, give us a follow on everything. And in we do put posts up on where we're going, so you can always come and see us at any time. But we've got quite a few new things coming up next year as well, which will be amazing. So
Yeah.
you know, keep looking out for us. And you will get to know what's up and coming as from now.
Great
Yeah.
stuff.
And
The-
also you can find on our website is the Harmonies Vocal Duo.co.uk. You can go onto our website and you can find all the latest news about where we're going to be and when.
Great. Steve, Kerry, both presenters on Dreamcatcher Radio. You got 2.5 minutes left. And
Go
don't
on,
forget to
Kenny.
introduce
Ladies
us.
first.
I would just like to say, Sam, Dion, it's been a pleasure working with you. It's been a pleasure calling you my friends, and it's been a pleasure following your journey. And believe you me, I will pop up one day and surprise you at one of your events.
Oh,
Aw,
exciting. I
thanks,
can't wait to
Kerry.
see you, Kes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're both
Yeah, I'm
beautiful women. You're both beautiful women
yeah,
who
Thanks.
absolutely.
sing like angels.
Oh,
Oh,
And
thanks,
I just
Kes.
want to say I am so glad that I was flicking through TikTok on that particular day, because it's amazing to see how far you've come. I met you first, obviously, Sam, and I've met Dion. It's amazing what you're doing, and you damn well deserve it. You're both together. You just
Absolutely.
honestly, you're a formidable power of emotion, music, everything. And it's everything that musicians should be. And I'll never forget that moment when I saw you both singing, "Tell Him" on stage, and the electricity between the two of you was just absolutely outstanding. So the world's a better place for having the Harmonies. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, thanks,
oh,
Steve.
thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Can I
Thank
just
you
say
so
as
much.
well, you are funny. You are a funny pair as well. I
We are,
just have to
we are
add that in.
hilarious.
We're
We
a bit
are.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Kes.
yeah. Yeah, I think
I think
it
that's
does
what
come.
works. That's what works as well with us. That we are different in what we do, but we bring banter, we bring
Mm.
enjoyment, and we involve the people who are watching us. You know, it's not just us two stood on a stage singing. We
Yeah, we
involve
don't just
everybody in it.
perform, we entertain.
Yeah.
and you
On
keep
that
it
Yes,
point,
you
real.
do, Sam.
You
on
keep
You
on
it
on
do.
real.
We're
on on
still
on,
very, we're still
on,
very humble.
on
So
that point, right? You just proved today that people can actually do this. Can you just introduce your final song?
Go on, Dee.
what is it?
Let's
No,
let's do All I Want.
yeah,
I
all I
knew you were going to
want.
say that.
This song is all dedicated to Samantha's son, which is Ricky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is dedicated to him.
Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. You're all very special people. Steve, Sam, Dion, and Kerry. You're very, very special people. Let's
I
And
play.
you
think
All I want is nothing more. To hear you knocking at my door. 'Cause if I could see your face once more, I could die a happy girl, I'm sure. When you said the last goodbye, a tiny little beat inside. I lay in tears in bed all night, alone without you by my side. But if you loved me, why'd you leave me? Take my body, take my body. All I want is, and all I need is to find somebody. I'll find somebody like you. Cause you brought out the best in me, a part of me I'd never seen. You took my soul, wiped it clean. Our love was made for movie screens. But if you love me, why'd you leave me? Take my body, take my body. All I want is, and all I need is to find somebody like
So that was a completely unscripted interview with Sam, Dion, Steve, and Kerry even joined in as well. The This was fantastic about Dreamcatcher Radio.